Hello, this is Cy Callahan. This summer I videotaped a few trains at the Denville train station. Here is an eastbound diesel freight going on to the Boonton line, which is originating at Denville Junction. At first I thought I discovered a Y right near Denville Junction, but it turns out to be even more interesting. As I walked down the Y and came to the end, which was a switch combining the rails to a dead end, I realized that this is the old main line from the Morristown and Essex Railroad. Looking back again, you can see the eastbound line coming in from the left and the westbound from the right. Originally, there was no junction at Denville train station. It was a crossover of two different railroads. In this scene is a New Jersey Transit commuter train bound for New York City. This train is taking the Morristown branch, which is electrified. Both of these lines carry commuter trains to New York City, going through different towns. This is a view from the west looking at Denville train station, where the two lines split and there are actually two train platforms, one for each line. As the Boonton line leaves Denville Junction towards New York City, it is a single track line with no electrification, whereas the Morristown line is a double track line with electrified locomotives. This is one of the earliest railroad lines in the country. The Morristown line was chartered in 1828 as the Morris and Essex Railroad. In 1868, the railroad created the Boonton line as a cutoff for freight. And that freight was coal competing with the Morris Canal. This very early map of New Jersey railroads shows the Morristown and Essex line coming up to Denville, which is not even marked on the map, but circled by me. This next map shows the Morris and Essex lines coming up to Denville and the line from Boonton crossing that line. Notice that the lines did not meet until Dover. In 1903, the Morristown line was turned towards Dover over the Boonton line. This is how New Jersey Transit expresses the two lines as they meet at Denville Station on their current commuter maps. So, what is the secret of the Denville Junction and the Denville station? This line is nothing short of amazing in that it is the main line of the Lackawanna Railroad, which functioned under different names, always with Lackawanna in it, because that is where the coal came from. You're looking at a track inspection engine. That is one of the most remarkable machines I have ever seen in railroading. The man at the front must be a very serious track inspector indeed. And what did the Lackawanna become? Not only a major freight railroad bringing passengers and freight to New York City, but one of the greatest railroads in railroading history. This is the mighty Lackawanna and the main line at Denville, New Jersey. As the main line of the Lackawanna Railroad, this line carried passenger service to Buffalo, New York. Between the Lackawanna Railroad and the Morris Canal, coal was brought to New York City to fuel the Industrial Revolution. The third business of the Lackawanna was commuter rail, and that is the surviving function for most of the traffic on the line.
The abandoned section of the main line, which went on to Denville, Rockaway, and then back down to Dover, eventually became called the Loop. The Loop existed until Route 80 was built and the right-of-way of part of the Loop was used as the bed for Route 80. There are plenty more discoveries at Denville train station, but we'll leave them for another day. This is Cy Callahan. Thanks for watching, and check out our channel on YouTube.